How are you, my friends? This is Pre-Calculus course, lecture number 40, the last lecture in this course. It's about general equations of shifted conics. Please, you can see the other lectures in this playlist down here. Please review lecture 39 on hyperbola's conic sections because it is related to lecture number 40. Because at the end of this lecture number 40, you will find some old exams questions for both lectures to practice on. What do you see in this slide? Just take a minute here and we see equations. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples here. So these equations, these are some general equations of shifted conics. So there are 7 types we will see in the next slide about these equations. See, they look similar. These all can be written as this: ax squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So this one we call it general equation of shifted conic. Let's start with the possibilities here. So if we have ax squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f, a and c are not both 0. Always you have to complete the square to check the type of the equation. So we can have parabola for this one if a is equal to 0 or c is equal to 0, but not both. If both is equal to 0, then we have a straight line. So this is the first one, parabola. If we have a equal to 0, then we have y squared, or we have c equal to 0, then we have x squared. We have an ellipse. If a and c have the same sign, a and c the same sign here, but not equal, we have an ellipse. We have hyperbola if a and c have opposite signs. We have a circle if a is equal to c. We will see examples on all these types. So this is 4 possibilities. Let's see the other 5, 6, and 7. Now these are special cases. We call them degenerate conics. Single point. When do we have a single point? If we square here, complete the square on this equation, we have like an example, x minus 3 squared plus y plus 4 squared is equal to 0. So that's a single point. The point is 3 minus 4 on the graph. So you have to complete the square, then check. If you have squared plus something squared is equal to 0, that means this is a single point on the graph. Let's see the other one. If we have something squared minus something squared is equal to 0, that means we have pair of lines. These are 2 straight lines because you can take this on the other side, take the square root, you will have 2 straight lines. No graph if you have something squared plus something squared is equal to negative number. Something squared plus something squared is equal to negative number, minus 1 or minus 10 or any negative number, then we have no graph. These are the summary, 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I put all of them in one slide so that you can see it and review it. Let's start with examples. What does the equation represent? 12x squared plus 3y squared minus 24x plus 6y plus 18 is equal to 0. Graph it. The whole idea here is to complete the square. Remember, guys, completing the square. If we can simplify, sometimes we can simplify. We have to do it. It's better. Let's divide by 3 here. Not always we can do that. So divide by 3 and rearrange the equation. So we have 4x squared minus 8x. I put all the x's together. Y squared plus 2y. I put all the y's together. Take this on the other side after you divide by 3. Now let's complete the square on the x. This one y is easy. See, because the coefficient here is 1. So we take 2, divide by 2, plus or minus 1. That's easy. This one, take 4 outside, becomes x squared minus 2x. Then here inside, I will add 1 and subtract 1 because minus 2 divided by 2 minus 1. Square it, 1. You should review completing the square. I think you know it. 4 x minus 1 squared, and 4 times minus 1. You see that one? 4 times minus 1. That's minus 4 here. And this is y plus 1 squared minus 1. And there's the minus 4 minus 5. Let's continue on the next slide to see. It will be minus 1 here. So what is this? Something squared plus something squared is equal negative number. This is positive on the left side. Positive cannot be equal to negative. So in this case, we call it degenerate conic. It's not correct. And no graph. See, this is the graph here. See, look at the nice equation. All this equation from 12x squared until 0, it has no meaning and we cannot graph anything, just empty graph. Another one. What does the equation represent? 4x squared plus 16x plus 5y squared minus 23y is equal y minus 3y plus 4, and graph it. So simplify, rearrange, complete the square. That's the steps. First, we have to multiply y minus 3y plus 4, remember? Y squared plus y, because this is 4y minus 3y, so plus y, minus 12. So I put it there. Now I have 4x squared there, 16x, 5y squared. You see 5y squared? Bring y squared on this side, becomes 4y squared. And then there is 1y, bring it there with the minus 23, becomes minus 24y is equal minus 12. Now we can divide by 4 to make it easy. Anytime you can divide by any number, non-zero constant, do it. So we have x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y is equal to minus 3. Let's complete the square on the x and on the y. See, both have the coefficient 1. So here, 4 divide by 2, to square it, 4. So we add 4, subtract 4. Here we add 9, subtract 9 is equal minus 3. Look at the equation here. X plus 2 squared, y minus 3 squared is equal to 10. So that's a circle. This is a graph here. That's a circle. The center is minus 2, 3, and the radius square root of 10. Now, another one. What does the equation represent? 9x squared minus y squared plus 18x plus 10y is equal to 16. You can pause the video, please, if you like. Do it yourself and then check the answer. If you are ready, let's go. Here, we cannot divide by anything because there is y squared. So I just rearrange 9x squared plus 18x minus y squared plus 10y is equal to 16. Here, there is a common factor 9 on the x. So I take it out, x squared plus 2x minus, there is a minus common factor here. Remember in the y's? So I take the minus out in the bracket y squared minus 10y. Be careful, equals 16. Now on the x, take 2, divide by 2. It is 1, square it. So 1 plus 1 and minus 1 there. Here, minus 10, divide by 2, minus 5, square it. 25, you add 25, subtract 25 is equal to 16. So we have 9 times this bracket, x plus 1 squared. Remember, there is 9 times minus 1. Minus, here we have y minus 5 squared, and there is a minus with the minus, becomes plus 25 equals 16. Figure out this number on the next slide. So this number becomes 0. So what is this? Something squared minus something squared is equal to 0. Take this on the other side and take the square root of both sides. So y minus 5 is equal to plus or minus 3x plus 1. If you take the two cases here, y will be 3x plus 8, that's a straight line. The other one, y equals minus 3x plus 2, the other straight line. So when you graph it, two straight lines. Now, if A is the area of the central box of this equation, 9x squared plus 36 is equal to y squared plus 36x plus 6y. And capital T is the length of the transverse axis, then find the value of A times T. Now for the solution of example 9, we can see the equation given is this. Move all the terms on the left side is equal to 0. Now take a common factor 9 to complete the square on the x and complete the square on the y. So 9 times x squared minus 4x minus, remember there is a minus y squared there in the bracket, y squared plus 6y plus 36. Minus 4, complete the square now on the x, divide by 2, minus 2. Square it, we add 4 and subtract 4. 6y, divide by 2, this 6 becomes 3. Square it, 9, we add 9, subtract 9. So this one, 9x minus 2 squared minus 4, and there is a minus in the middle here. Y plus 3 squared minus 9 plus 36. Now multiply 9 times the bracket. 9 times minus 4 is minus 36, and there is a minus here. Y plus 3 squared plus 9, because minus with the minus, plus 36. Rearrange everything, you get this one is equal to minus 9. So we have to divide by minus 9. This is a little tricky, guys. Divide by minus 9, divide by minus 9, divide by minus 9. See here? So 9 canceled, and there is a minus. So the x now goes in the middle, and here minus with the minus becomes plus, and there is a 9 there. So y plus 3 squared over 9 minus x minus 2 squared over 1 is equal to 1. Now this is the hyperbola equation. Now we can start. A squared, because 9 is under the positive, so that's a squared is 9. B squared is 1. The area of the central box is 4AB. So 4 times 3 times 1, that's 12. And the length of the transverse axis is 2A. 2 times 3, that's 6. So we have to multiply A times T, will be 72. This is a nice question. Write an equation for the hyperbola whose vertices are 5, 5 and 5, 11. And the area of the central box is 18. Remember, central box is the same as fundamental rectangle. This is a little sketch. So we have 5, 5 and 5, 11. So we can see that the hyperbola will look like this. These are the vertices here. And the area of the central box in the middle here is 18. And the formula is 4AB. Now let's proceed. The transverse axis is vertical since the vertices lie on this axis. The center is the midpoint. So I can use the midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. I use these points here, 5 plus 5 over 2, 5 plus 11 over 2. So this is the center. H and K is 5 and 8. Now to find A, find the distance from the center to any vertex. So the distance will be 11 minus 8. So A will be 3, A squared will be 9. So we have to find B, use the formula. The area for the central box is 4AB. We have 18 is equal 4AB. 4 times 3 times B. So B will be 3 over 2. B squared will be 9 over 4. That's the graph. This is the center. These are the vertices. This is the equation. And here we can leave the 9. This one here, 9 over 4. You can write it this way. Now in this lecture number 40, you can find 2 parts for practicing some questions. Part 1, there are 5 questions and the answers will be in one video. Part 2, there are 6 old exam questions. The answers and the solutions is in one video. Part 1 is 5 questions, hyperbolas, conic sections. There is a question number 1, not easy, but you can try and you can see the lecture 39 and 40. Find the equation of the hyperbola. We have the foci and passing through the point 4, square root of 18. Question number 2, we have the equation. You need to complete the square, find the eccentricity and the other stuff. What does the equation represent? Also complete the square, please. Given the equation of the hyperbola, find the vertices and the eccentricity. Find the equation of the hyperbola in standard form, the foci f1, f2, passing through the point -3, 1 plus square root of 35. These are the answers. You can find the complete solution of part 1 in the video Hyperbolas, Conic Sections, 5 solved questions. Now in part 2, 6 old exams questions about hyperbolas and conic sections. Question number 1, graph the hyperbola and find the vertices, foci, domain, and range. Question number 2, find the equation of the hyperbola that passes through the point 6,1 with a slope of n asymptote 2, center C33, transverse axis parallel to the x-axis. Now, question number 3 says, where the graph of the equation 10y is equal to 10 minus square root of 100 plus 4x squared is tangent to the x-axis. Where the graph is tangent, that means find the point as a coordinates x and y. Question number 4, find the equation and the vertices of the hyperbola having foci 11,2 and minus 9,2 and eccentricity equals to 5/4. Question number 5 is nice. Find the value of E, value or values, it depends, if the graph of the equation 4x squared plus y squared plus 4 bracket x minus 2y plus E is a single point, that's part A. Find E if this equation is single point. Find E also another value or values if this equation is empty set or no graph. Try it yourself, please. Number 6, what do these equations represent? We have A, B, C. This is shifted conics. You can complete the square on the x and y. Check the equation number 1, A. B part, complete the square x and y. And C part, expand, simplify, complete the square, and then check the answer. These are the answers for the 6 questions. For the complete solutions, please, you can see the video on hyperbolas, conic sections, lectures 39 and 40, pre-calculus old exams questions. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. Just to remind you, this is pre-calculus course, lecture number 40, the last lecture in this course. This is the end of the course. I wish I can see you in another video with another topic. Please always check the playlists for something new. Thank you guys for listening.